Oh, don't tell them what happens to virgins.
Private RIP tour.
Okay, who's done the media tour before? Who has never done the media tour before? Okay, these are the rules. Behave.
Okay.
This works as a weapon as well. They'll kick you out of there. Sound good? We're going to do all 10 houses. We'll get through as many scare zones as we can, and we will be going to our newest show. We're going to hit Halloween, and then we're going to make our way to Academy of Villains. I wanted to say Villains. Yay! Okay. So our first scare zone will be Vamp 85. Did you guys like our other one in Hollywood with the vampires at Homecoming? This one's even better if you guys haven't walked through it yet. I absolutely love it. So basically, it's New Year's Eve. We're going to be dropping the ball. There's going to be Prince, Michael Jackson, all those great fun guys walking through. So just take pictures, look around. We're going to head over to the Shrek Theater for Halloween. Ready? Let's go. Lead the way.
All right, so the private RIP tour for the media has started. We are group 8. Behind me, you got Ed from HH Encrypt. And then you got Johnny Bronto.
I mean, this is our fourth season starting out
from Haunt Scene.
Unfortunately, this is like...
We are getting started. We're going to start off going through Vamp 85, which is a scare zone. Then Halloween 4. And then from there, we're going to head on over to the soundstage for Academy of Villains. Stay tuned. This is awesome. We're getting some great content. I never thought I'd get to the media event, but I am there. Thanks to Ed. So it's going to be awesome. Oh, here's the scare zone.
You know what's great? You're back to it. Like you're not.
All right, that was Vamp 85, an awesome scare zone. We didn't get to watch the ball drop because we're moving through with the media tour, but we are on our way. We're passing by Transformers. This is supposed to be the Killer Clown scare zone. I'm not sure if it's up and ready because it is early, but let's check it out. Let's see what it looks like before we get to Halloween. So we are just passing by. We're actually not going through the Killer Clowns, but you can see some of the guys over there. That looks freaking awesome.
How crowded it is already.
I know. This is not a good sign for tomorrow.
Express pass, baby.
Yep, express passes all day. Alrighty, so we just passed Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Now heading through the die-in to get to Halloween. I believe it's in the Shrek building, which is why we're going this way. Once again, we got Senor Johnny Bronto. Can you say hello, Senor?
What's up, everybody? It's Johnny Bronto from Haunt Scene. I love you!
And the man was generous enough to give me 2 pins. He didn't remember meeting me the first time. Give me a second pin, so I'm gonna get these put up.
Everybody, whoever wants a button gets one.
All right, we are getting to the final stretch to the Halloween house where we will meet Michael Myers in Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers. That's Rip Right Rocket in front of us too. And Right over here to the left is where you could usually do the Transformers meetup. Oh, it looks like we're taking a special way over.
Because Michael Myers is featured in this film after the second one. So we're going to be going through the house looking for Michael Myers. He's back, he's on the loose. He's going after his niece. He wakes up out of a coma. His niece is 7 years old and he wants to get her. Dr. Loomis is in the house as well. He's trying to stop Michael. So in the beginning of the house, we're going to see Michael in his insane asylum outfit. But then through the house a little bit more, we're going to see Michael in his classic jumpsuit and his mask. So what do you guys think? You think we can go inside and stop him? Yeah? Alright, let's hit our first house.
So we got a little bit of a behind the scenes to the Halloween queue. I'm positive this isn't what we're going to walk through tomorrow, but as far as part of the RIP tour for media, this is the way that we get to go into the event. Looks like the regular line is over there. I'm not sure what the estimated wait time is because we're cutting straight to the beginning, or the front of the line.
But his doctor of all people shot him 6 times. Then he set him on fire. Both of them nearly burned to death. I'll be glad to see this one. This is where society dumps its worst now.
Alrighty guys, so that was Halloween. My instant reaction was, that was a great house. Ed, do you mind chiming in? Telling me what you thought about the house?
That was an amazing house.
Right? I have
As Halloween goes,
I think we're two of the most biased opinions you could get out here today.
got it.
But regardless, it was a great house, so I highly recommend it. We're gonna get to some scare zones now, so I'll get some content from there. I might not film any more in the houses because I don't want to get tackled. All right, so the RIP tour is taking a small break, so we're getting to walk through the Revenge of Chucky scare zone and see what that's like. So we got some bloody dolls, some toy soldiers.
I created the first prototype of the good guy doll. Can you believe that? And then afterwards, the doll went insane and killed my 2 children, Rebecca Stan and Harry. And then afterwards, that ungrateful, she was so ungrateful. So I burned my girlfriend alive. It's just unbelievable. Who are you? Why did you say it?
why you listen? I heard the word. Why did you say the C word?
I didn't. You said C. Ah!
And in 30 years, a lot of families have come and gone, though. The Barclays, the Kincaids, the Tillys. Who's next? Who's next? That's what I say. Hey, you losers, I'm looking for some recruits. Who wants to join the cult of Chucky? Is that all? Louder, you idiots! Oh yeah, here we go, if you know it, sing along. Ade Nui Dembella, give me the power I beg of you! Leve mercier de moi, Chaillot.
Want to play a game?
Sure. Jeez, I just got scared. About to start the video. So that is the Chucky Scare Zone. I'm actually heading back to the spot where we're meeting up the rest of the group. I don't want to get lost, so I did a real quick just video at the Chucky Scare Zone, and now I'm going back to meet the RIP private media tour. So stay tuned. We're going to the Academy of Villains. I don't know if we can film in there. I don't know if I want to. I think I just want to enjoy it, but stick around. The video's not over. Alrighty guys, so the group is moving along, and now we're going into the Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This is one of the anticipated scare zones. After I saw pictures of it, I thought it would be amazing, and now that I'm in front of it, it looks great.
Sorry about that.
Alrighty, so that's opening night through Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Sorry, I'm rushing through because I'm actually falling behind. I could see the light in the front from our tour guide, but I'm like 100 feet behind her, so I need to kind of speed up and make sure that I don't fall behind and miss out on the rest of the RIP tour. But the Killer Clowns from Outer Space is awesome. Looks great. The clowns look amazing. Very two-screen accurate. And I'm sure as the event moves on, gets further on into October, closer to Halloween, that scare zone's only gonna get more immersive and better in quality. I didn't get to see the projection mapping. You see it right there in the back. The spaceship's supposed to like take off, but we didn't get to see that. I'm moving a little bit quick. But now on to Academy of Villains. Alrighty, we are crossing through the front of Diagon Alley, which is not Halloween Horror Nights themed due to like copyright rules and whatnot with J.K. Rowling, which is fine because it's still an extremely immersive area. And it's open this year for Halloween Horror Nights, which is great. If you cross through those walls right there, you'll be inside of Diagon Alley. Right in front, you got the bus with the shrunken head that talks occasionally. And down this way, going to the back lot, or not back lot, the back of the park to continue on to Academy of Villains. right, so we just finished Academy of Villains, which was great. It's a great little stop in between houses. The temperature in there was actually nice and cool, so if you're looking to cool down, I would suggest going there. You sit down, your heart stops beating for a little bit, or racing for a little bit actually. If it stops beating, you're dead. But now we're off to Blumhouse. Let's see how that one goes. So there's the Blumhouse facade. I gotta say, I think the last year's facade was a little bit better with the hanging lights, but let's try this one out. Here we go. Alrighty, so Blumhouse is done. I'll say, first impressions, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but wasn't a huge fan of the Happy Death Day portion of it. But the first Purge portion was pretty cool. The setup, all the props were pretty good. You felt like you were immersed in the Purge, so I enjoyed it, and they definitely got me. They got me like twice. I would have filmed in there, which they're letting us film. We just can't post the whole entire like thing. We could only post snippets. But yeah, the Happy Death Day portion, not my favorite. First Purge, not too bad. So that's the second half of it. So I think you could enjoy it. All right, I'll let you know in a second what's next.
Maybe I'll do
Okay,
it.
so
Maybe I'll do it.
the small break is over, and now we are headed to Dead Exposure. This is one that I'm like highly anticipating. I think it's going to be one of the better houses. A original concept house, but a returning original concept house that's kind of like a prequel to what we saw a few years back. I'll let you know in just a moment how it went.
Yes. The worst people ever. That's why they're friends with me. She's my friend. She's
Oh, I missed that one.
Exposure to the vaccination may cause short-term sensory deprivation, including lack or distortion of vision. Do not be alarmed. Vision will return in time. Continue forward and breathe deeply upon entering the vaccination gate.
This is the inoculation, so you don't go blind. All right, so Dead Exposure Patient Zero gets 2 thumbs up. 1, 2, that's the second one. Now we're moving quickly. We're off to Slaughterhouse Cinema, which is another original concept house that I think is gonna be great. I will let you guys know as soon as I'm done with it how good that is too, but Patient Zero, must. All right, so Slaughterhouse Cinema done, and I gotta give it to them. They did a great job with Slaughterhouse Cinema. My boy Ed got scared right at the end. I didn't catch it on video, but the way they transition from movie to movie, these B horror movies, is great. Very immersive. The way that they set up the announcement for every movie in between, and then you go into that movie, it was cool. I'm gonna do it again tomorrow, so I'll be able to give you guys a second preview of it. But for a first impression, I thought it was one of the better houses, probably in my top 3 so far. I've only done 4 though. All right, so we're moving along quickly. Next, we are off to Seeds of Extinction. Then after that, we're gonna be doing Trick or Treat. Stay tuned, peeps. Let's see how these guys do. So far, I would have to say that Slaughterhouse Cinema is my number 2. Alrighty guys, so Seeds of Extinction is over. Definitely not one of the ones that I expected or was expecting much of, but it ended up being pretty decent. The props and the characters on stilts inside of there were actually pretty cool looking, pretty scary. There was one portion where the floor was slanted, reminded me of Dead Waters. So all in all, I gotta say, better. I would say better than Blumhouse so far. But now we are headed into Trick or Treat. Alrighty, so far this entrance looks really cool, and it smells like fall. So they've done a good job with the scent. probably can't see it, but that facade looks amazing.
Are you seeing it? I wanted to see it. I really like the style. Yeah, it's actually really good. Yeah, I wanted to. They have a whole like on man. I remember
Alright, so Trick or Treat did not disappoint. Last year it was the prettiest scare zone, and this year it is the prettiest haunted house. By far. The facade when you're entering, the sets while you transition from like the quarry with like the bus crash and everything, and then going through like the house, that was impeccable. Great house, must do. I would probably say do it first because the line is ridiculous. You can actually see the general admission line right there. From here, not exactly sure where the RIP tour is taking us, but I'll let you know shortly. All right, this right here is Twisted Traditions Scare Zone. Looks very similar to the Trick or Treat Scare Zone last year, so very nice to look at. You got all those jack-o'-lanterns in the trees. Looks great, but almost too identical to Trick or Treat to really appreciate it. And now we're heading back to the soundstage where we started off and we had the original media event. Gonna take a little break, get some AC, get some free drinks and some snacks, and then head back out and finish off the media RIP private tour. Alrighty, so the media break is over and we're getting back on it. So the first house that we'll be hitting up next is Scary Tales. So the Wicked Witch is gonna be there, Humpty Dumpty, the Three Little Pigs. Hear the music? I will be back in just a moment with the facade and let you know how Scary Tales was. Stay tuned. Vamp 85 is going ham right now with Thriller. So we are not yet to the front of the house, but guys, I highly recommend you get the speed pass. It's extremely busy. These lines are long as hell. I'll give you a little preview of what they look like. Line goes on for days. Here is the Scary Tales facade. The Wicked Witch of the West. So Scary Tales is over and that was pretty legit. I gotta say it was too short, or at least it felt like it was too short. We moved too quickly through it. But just to see all like these fairy tales from when you were a kid, turned into like horror movies was pretty cool. Now we're off to Carnival Graveyard, Rust in Pieces. It's in between the sound stages, so we're just like kind of zooming in between one to another. And we got the RIP tour, so we get through them really quick. I'll be back and I'll let you know how that one goes. So we got the Carnival Graveyard facade, already looking really cool. Definitely rusted pieces for sure. Alright, so Carnival Graveyard Rust in Pieces is done, and I gotta say, another one of those very good houses that just is so nice to look at. You won't necessarily get scared, but great. We're on to the next one. I'll let you know what that is shortly. I'm not too sure, but it's getting to those last houses. I think we only have like Poltergeist and Stranger Things left, so 2 good ones. We'll see how they are. Alrighty peeps, the night is coming close to an end. We're about to take just a quick bathroom break with the group, and then after this we will be doing Stranger Things, and then wrapping up the night with Poltergeist. Holy shoot. Stranger Things house just stole the freaking show by far. It was like walking through the damn show. The special effects, the upside down, I was really wondering how they were gonna do like the static falling kind of like snow stuff, but they did it somehow. It looked amazing. You see 11, you see all the characters, you see the cop, you see Will, and the casting for the kids was done really well. Now we're going to our last house of the RIP tour, which is Poltergeist. Poltergeist. We're going in. Oh, it's raining. It's actually raining inside of the house. It's like we're starting from like a grave. Oh, it smells like you're underground. Alrighty, so we're finishing off with Poltergeist, and I kind of had my sights set on finishing with Stranger Things, thinking that it was better, and after doing it, it definitely was great. But Poltergeist is right there with it. The house was amazing. The special effects, you start off from like the graveyard, you're underground, and then you get up into the house and experience all the Poltergeist activity. So for the most part, I think that's the number 2 house now. Stay tuned. We're about to wrap things up.
Because you screamed like a little girl.
That's right. I did. Like a big girl. Like a big girl. Come on, man. Give me that. Alrighty, guys. That is it. We've been let loose on the event, but for the most part, it's done. We did all the houses. So I'm tired, man. Been walking for a long time. Been here since 5:30, and it's almost 1 o'clock. So it's time for me to call it quits. I'll be back at Halloween Horror Nights tomorrow. Still not sure if I'm going to be filming or not, but thank you for watching. And as always, peeps, don't forget to ask yourself, have you been Eddytainment?